Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a sophomore, and this is for all three of you. Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis?
Freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way.
Will?
The New York Jets.
No, I'm going to hold you to an answer on that. What makes America the greatest country in the world? Why is America
Not the greatest country in the world, Professor. That's my answer.
You're saying...
Yes.
Let's talk about...
Fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of our paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime and column inches. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose. If liberals are so fucking smart, how come they lose so goddamn always?
Hey.
And with a straight face, you're going to tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom.
All right.
And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is, there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
The Newsroom, HBO, that was 2012. And Jeff Daniels did an incredible job. The end of his presentation, he was talking about we're the highest in incarceration, and I grew up in that environment, and it was a playground for my family. They still carried on with their lifestyle, okay? And that's the Western culture, right? I got back from Dubai, and it was just so safe and clean, and walking around, you know, you can leave your keys in the car, you don't have to lock your doors. In the Western culture, it costs too much to deal with it than it is just to let them go or to fight, you know, the case. Like I got in an accident, completely my fault, you know, as a kid. My family taught me, hey, it's going to cost some more to fight you than just to pay you off. And I said, what do you mean? It's completely my fault. And they said, no, you don't understand. They got me a lawyer, and it was like, as soon as the insurance company knew I had a lawyer, they're like, okay, you know, and they gave me a check and they paid for all the damages. And I realized, wow, at a very young age, if that's how the system works, I'm in. You take advantage of that. You know, I had a friend I grew up with, and we were shadows to each other, and basically he had all these warrants. And I said, hey, now if you turn yourself in, you get less time than if they catch you. I took him down to the station, and they had him empty his pockets, and the look on his face was just terror, And he was supposed to get 6 months or something. And he called me a week later and says, hey, what are you doing? I'm out. I said, are you calling me from jail? And he goes, no, I'm home. They let me out early. And he was so excited that he spent the rest of his life, he eventually OD'd, but he spent the rest of his life in and out of prison. And he would say, I'm going to get my shit together when I'm 18, because that's when it matters, right? And then 21, and then, and then he always had that excuse. And he'd laugh about, just his life experience getting in all this trouble. That is what the Western culture influence provides, I guess you could say. Like Jeff Daniels talks about, Higher Road to You is all about accountability, is all about truth and honesty, right? And it's avoiding the ignore, deny, blame. Okay, these things are happening and they're real. And I'm going to tell you that in my growing up experience, it was toxic. Okay, it was drugs and criminal activity, constantly shoplifting, insurance scams. I was surrounded, and I separated myself from that environment. And I'm saying that the Western culture offers a lot of that influence, and it's not difficult to separate yourself from it. And that's what Jeff Daniels' presentation was all about. In the end, he says, hey, we did stand for these things, and we did these amazing things. We shot for the stars. It's just that this toxic behavior has gotten to a point where it's more prevalent today than it was then, okay? And with AI and other things, we have mental health issues, and just things are on an epidemic scale, and they're continuing to increase. And it's the influence of the Western culture. And when you're on the right side of accountability and you're navigating the world in that realm, then you can give back, pay forward. And it helps turn this situation around with mental health issues, with, obesity and all these things that we don't have to experience in our life. And I hope this message reaches your heart and your mind. I hope you enjoyed the clip. Jeff Daniels did an incredible job just speaking truth. Just share your story on High Road to You. Be an inspiration, be an encouragement, and I hope this message finds you well.